All right, so hey everybody, welcome back to Upload Past Crossroads. And if you're watching on Chaplain Logs, that's Justin Lee's house YouTube channel. That's him right there. So Einstein, I'm Dr. J, Sean Christopher Jenkins. All right, so yeah, I'll just go right into it, man. I'm gonna just start with the photo. I feel like that will bring the lesson home, and just everybody has a visual of what I'm what we're gonna be talking about. But yeah, I saw this photo today. Oh, well, I saw it probably 3 days ago or 2 days ago. I saw this photo, and it just touched me so much. So I saw it on Instagram. Somebody posted it, obviously, and I'm gonna post it on my social media platforms. But I'm scared to post it because I already know I'm only gonna get like 50 likes or 60 likes, maybe 100 if I'm lucky. But it's not something that Christians really like focus in on like that. They only want to see stuff that has God and Jesus on it, like literally the word God and Jesus. And if it doesn't have that on there, then yeah, they don't think it's biblical, which is sad. But yeah, this picture touched me so much. But yeah, Justin, what were your first thoughts with this photo?
Man, I thought what instantly came to my mind was like Matthew chapter 6.
Okay.
It's like, don't worry about tomorrow. Like, just to paraphrase, like, who can add a year onto their life by worrying? So I like that God does call us to concentrate on the day, like, own today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry about itself. But this guy in this picture is just worrying about a little bit of work at a time. Like, I
Hmm.
think it's really, especially nowadays, like, we get paralyzed by um, all the things that we have to do, like all the work we have to do. Because, like, I feel like people are very aware that work is never ending, but the only way you can actually get stuff done is just by concentrating on it one day at a time.
Right. Yeah. Did you have any more Bible verses that came to mind, or just like stuff that you thought about with that photo?
Um, Not with that photo specifically. I had some more stuff based on like maintaining yourself, like the topic you were talking about. I think like
Yeah.
maintaining yourself is definitely like a it's a daily struggle. Like Jesus calls us Jesus in Luke 9 says, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. Like, it's definitely not something we just decide on a whim. Like, this guy um didn't just choose to make a great wall on a whim. He's been working on it each day of his life.
Hmm.
So it's something you have to each morning and make that choice. And that's the same for like anything that we do. Like, to be a good husband, like, a lot of people who might go through divorce or who feel like they're um drifting away from their partner, they say, "Oh, I just fell out of love." But like, any real man should know that relationships can't be built on feelings because they're very transient. They have to wake up each day and decide that they're going to love their wife. Like, that's not taking the romance out of it by making it less emotional. That's making it more romantic by showing the commitment man has. And I think that
Hmm.
applies for a lot of stuff, for your job, for your relationships, for family. You have to like make the daily choice to put in the work that you need to each and every day. Like, you
Right.
don't need to be paralyzed by fear. You don't need to be worrying about tomorrow. You just make that decision day in and day out, and just set one block at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the whole entire point of this video. So guys, the goal with this video was, and I asked Justin if he could help me do a video on just maintaining. So how do you maintain what you have or what you're trying to get, right? How do you upkeep? That's the word, upkeeping. I titled the lesson "The Daunting Task of Upkeeping" because this is where I find myself in. Like when I saw this photo, it literally solidified what I'm going through and what I'm trying to do. And this comes in many ways in life. So in order to be great at something, in order to achieve success, is something that you have to do. You have to do something on a daily basis. And you have to be consistent
Mhm.
at it. And you gotta have such a drive and a commitment, such a will to do it that you don't give up doing it, right? So like there's certain things and certain areas in your life that if you kept at it, if you didn't give up at it, if you kept on being consistent and not giving up no matter what happens and not letting anything phase you, some powerful things can happen, right? So like with this post, the superpower of doing a little every single day. So just to like go all over the place a little bit, we gotta get some examples. So just imagine if you never mowed the lawn, what your lawn would look like. If you never mowed the lawn, what your lawn will look like. It will look awful. I'm pretty sure snakes will be in it. You know, I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of flies and a lot of insects you ain't seen before coming up in the yard, and probably creatures like just stuff coming up in your yard that shouldn't be in there, right? You have to cut your grass. You have to maintain it. You have to keep at it. You have to be diligent with it. You can't just neglect it. Same thing with a house. Just imagine if we everybody's in a house right now, right? So just imagine if somebody hit all your windows out, so you have no windows. You leave for 20 years. What and nobody did anything to the house. What would be in that house after that? you, is nothing gonna be in it? Like no, there's gonna be stuff in there, right? So like, and this talks about investing. So I always want to invest. You know that, Justin, and people that know me
Yeah.
know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I love investing. So one thing I've been doing is since I've been out of student loan debt, since I've been out of paying the IRS money, so I'm out of debt completely. Um, I've been investing my money, so it's a dream come true. So I'm doing $10 to $5 a day on cryptocurrency. So on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other altcoins, but my main focus is with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin's projected to go to $500,000. Like it's already been to 70,000, which is cropping on every other stock, right? Then it's it's already it's already Maya just sent me a text message or something, but it distracted me. My bad. But yeah,
Mhm.
and then Ethereum, man, it's at $3,000. It's projected to go to 10,000 real soon. So like all these cryptocurrencies, it's like the tech bubble back in 2000. So anything could happen. All of them will go up, but which ones are gonna last? So like you really have to be diligent in figuring that out and everything like that. But yeah, man, like with this photo, it really talks about like the power of investing. Warren Buffett is where he's at today because he dollar cost averaging the thing. So $10 a day, $5 a day, that's dollar cost averaging. Because you could get in at anywhere if you do that. And so no matter how low it goes or how high it goes, you're positioning yourself in a great position every single day where it looks like this. So where no matter where it goes, if it goes up a lot, you're gonna make a lot. Even if it doesn't, you're gonna make a lot, right? Because it's bound to go up, right? Just depending on if you invest in the right things, right? So like this photo talks about that, man. It also talks about like relationships. Like if you don't put any work towards a relationship, what's how you, and that's the question, man. Like whatever you have in life right now, can you keep it? Right? You have it, but can you keep it? And that's with a lot of stuff. Like it
Yeah.
could be with your work, with your career, with your money in your bank account. Like my dad, he used to always brag. He don't do it no more, but like when he wanted to humble me and my older brother, I'll just talk about me and him because he really ain't do it to my younger siblings. When he wanted to humble us, he always talk about how he was a millionaire and how much money he had. I mean, because me and Vaughn saw him, like we experienced it with him a little bit. So like but did you keep it, Dad? Where is it at now? Where's my piece of the pie? Right? It's so like
Mm.
apparently you're not as smart as you say you are. Because if you were, you would have tripled it. You would have quadrupled it. You would have, became what I'm trying to say, a billionaire or something, right? So like if you couldn't, he's nowhere near that now, but like what happened, right? Can you keep it, right? So like same thing with your education, like pursuing that degree. Can you keep on doing it? Can you continue doing it, right? So yeah, with
Yeah.
marriage, you brought up marriage and romance and stuff, so the same thing. But yeah, were you gonna say something?
I was just saying, yeah, that's a good point. Like, especially with money. Like, if you inherited like $1 million and you like and you just like you have to spend a little bit of it each and every time, unless you upkeep it, you're gonna run out of that $1 million really soon. I think
Hmm.
that's the same with a lot of things in life that we might take for granted. Like we feel like the challenge is to like obtain something, but no, I feel like the biggest challenge is like keeping a hold of something as well.
Right.
Like once you get like once you find a girl, once you get married, like that's, you don't instantly win. Then suddenly that's a new challenge of making sure you can keep your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you get a job, that's not the end. Like now the challenge is to make sure that you do a good job and be able to keep it. So like actually obtaining something is not the end goal, because like suddenly it's a new challenge just to keep everything that you have, to keep the gifts and the blessings that God has given you.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to comment to people. It's either commenting on YouTube.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I'll while you're typing, I'll bring up a verse that did make me think about the lesson as well. It's like oh, hold on, I'll list it for a moment. It's like First Thessalonians 5. Like you are all children of the light and children of the day. We do not belong to the night or to the darkness. So then, let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be awake and sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk at night. But since we belong to the day, let us be sober, putting on faith and love as a breastplate, and the hope of salvation as a helmet. For God did not appoint us to suffer wrath, but to receive salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ. Like we can't be asleep. We can't be lazy about these things. We actually have to be awake. We have to be alert. We have to um, be on alert of the thief that comes in the night. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we've attained something, we can't we can't be sheeple. We can't be in the dark about these things. We have to be very aware of what we have and like how we keep it and how we maintain it or how we take care of it.
Right.
We're not called to be lazy. Like once we receive salvation, then it's the process of sanctification. We're suddenly on that pathway to improve ourselves. Like that's a never-ending battle. Like we shouldn't be happy with where we're at. Like you can be content, but we shouldn't be complacent about those things.
Right.
Content but not complacent. Like
Yeah.
we are, like we're again, I feel like I'm saying this way too many times, but it's so true. We make a daily commitment to do these things to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that we don't fall asleep at the wheel. We have to be awake. Um, we have to be energized if we want to keep going through that marathon that Paul calls us to do.
Right. Man, that is so crazy, man. Like one verse I thought about just with this discussion, because I think I did a good job, like just introducing it. It's Luke chapter 14, verse 28. That's when Jesus says everything has a cost. So count the cost, right?
Mm,
So I want to read that whole section, but I'm just going to focus on that verse. So Luke chapter 14, verse 28 says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? So many times in life, we apply for jobs that it's not applicable to us. We're not suited for, and we're just going on a whim applying for different things. But you ain't done the work to get that job, right? Everybody wants to be a millionaire or something, but you ain't done the work. You ain't done the upkeeping to be able to handle being a millionaire. Like, can you keep the $1 million? What are you gonna do with it? Like so like shortcuts in life. Like that is so powerful, man. Because the Bible talks about rushing and shortcuts a lot. One of my favorite verses is I always mention on my YouTube channel is Proverbs 21:5. It says, good planning and hard work leads to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts only leads to poverty. So you
mm,
rush in life, you take shortcuts, it's gonna lead to poverty. If you try to, cheat your way through life, it's gonna lead to poverty, man. Like just, even just getting lucky, right? Like win a lottery or something. It could lead to poverty because like you don't know how to manage what you got, right? So like, can you maintain and keep up with what you get and what you have, man? Like that's some questions I had. I said, can you keep up with the upkeep? So can you
mm.
keep working even when you don't want to work, right? Can you keep doing that task? Loving your wife, loving your spouse when they're not lovable, right? You know, you say you wanted children, are you just gonna neglect them when they, don't come out the way you want it, or like when they
Mm.
do something wrong, or don't, like let's say if they have a sin that's, brings shame to you, are you just gonna not love them anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, The upkeep, like that is so powerful for a Christian because like here goes some quotes I had. Like one quote I've just posted, I tweeted it actually, so I can share my screen and show my Twitter page. Like I literally just tweeted it. Yeah, I said this right here. You either quit or keep going. They both hurt, right? So that goes back to that photo, man. Like we know the right thing to do, but will you do it? Right? We know the easy way out. Are you gonna do that? Because they both hurt. You know, they both gonna cost you in the long run. But count the cost. What cost do you want? Like everything has a cost. It could be a positive cost. It could be a negative cost. But every pro has a con, and every con has a pro, right? So like you gotta weigh what cost you want to make. That just that chapter in the Bible is so powerful. Like that Bible verse, man. Like yeah. So and something else I was gonna say is everything takes work. Like a lot of people have been saying that to me. Like no matter what I try to do, like in my career, because that's actually where I'm at right now. Just trying to figure out what I want to do for work the next few years. Because I have so much experience as a quality assurance tester, so a manual tester, software tester, all that stuff. But like, I mean, I'm good at it. I've done it for years, but I want to do something I love. You know what I mean? Like if I got to work every day
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. Like I want something I'm passionate about. Like I feel like game testing would be fun, but like all of them don't really pay like that. They expect I don't know what they expect little kids to do or something. I don't know. So there's people hiring for game testers. I'm down, man. I got so much. I'm such a great tester, but like preaching motivational speaking, that's my thing. That's what I want to do.
Mm.
But like I have to make a living just in case, right? So like working like Paul working tents
Yeah.
and stuff. But
The balance. Yeah.
yeah, man, and that's what I'm talking about, man. Like the upkeep, man, maintaining. Like I have so many stuff I'm juggling now, and I have to put in effort in every area now. So like with me getting my preacher's license and actually trying to become a preacher in an African Methodist Episcopal church, like that takes work. Like I can't just not like do anything. If I do, I'll never get anywhere, right? Like they'll kick me out or something. I don't know. And then same thing with work. Like I can't just not. I hate my project I'm on right now, Atlas. Wasi. Like it's the worst and biggest project I've ever been a part of. It's so much like everything's daunting. That's why I titled the lesson "The Daunting Test of Upkeeping" because like I had to keep up with it. Like, and I don't have time like to do this kind of project. I need something quick to test, easy to test that I could just knock out 20 tickets without thinking. But like with this one, I gotta like calculate the cost, calculate everything. Like I have to really like challenge myself. It's a challenge, basically, right? And that's just
Mm.
with that. I didn't even mention like Maya, like she takes work. I mean, she's the greatest girl ever. Like, but it takes work in a relationship, man. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like, and that's just with that. I didn't even mention social media, like posting every single day. Like, I know people don't know what that takes. Like, I unfollow people, that takes 2 hours a
Mm.
day for 5 accounts on Twitter. Like 400 people on 5 accounts. That's 2,000 people, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Then like, it's just too much stuff. I'll just stop. Like I keep on going. But like
Mm.
I'm building. That's the whole point of why I want to do the video, man. Because like this is what it looks like when you keep doing the right thing. When you keep doing the things you really don't want to do, but it's the most beneficial thing. Like this is what it looks like when little by little, day by day, you do what it takes to, you know, level up basically. Like you're being faithful to the call that God's called you to. And this is what it looks like for everybody, right? If you're just diligent. And now people may not see it, but it's gonna show like behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like that's why I want to do this lesson. Like here goes a few quotes like I have that I'm gonna post with this picture. I'll just share it with everybody. I'll show my hand what I'm reading from. But yeah, like here goes some quotes. Little by little, little becomes a lot. So like that goes back to investing, like I was mentioning. I'm gonna use my screen brush so everybody can really see what I'm going at. Do I need to enlarge it, or can you see it, Justin? Do I need?
I mean, yeah, I could use an enlargement. Sure, if my see,
Okay, let me make it larger then.
because part of my screen's taken up by our, but I don't think everyone sees that.
All right, so I zoomed in. Dang, a lot. I know for sure people can see that. Now I gotta find it. I zoomed in so much it went away. All right, here it is. All right, I'm gonna use my screen brush. I haven't done this with you in a long time, Justin. Using my screen brush, man.
Mm.
All right, so here goes one quote. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. Right here. So, and then another quote I had: a little progress each day adds to big results. Small improvements over time lead to massive gains. Right. And then consistent action creates consistent results. That is so powerful right there.
Mm.
So it's all about action. Like people, you can pray all you want, you can, shout all you want, like Lord, you'll do it. But at the end of the day, it's gonna take a little work on our behalf as Christians. Even as non-Christians, it takes work to be successful, to make it anywhere in life. And like it's the upkeep, it's the action, the consistency that leads to the results that we want to see in life. So yeah, like I'm seeing the results I want to see, but I really want to see those like grand, massive gains. The ones I've dreamed of. And I'm only gonna get there with consistent action, like continually showing up little by little, day by day, doing what I need to do. And I actually talked about that on a YouTube video. Oh, I remember. So Justin, I guess we tied in, and we're focusing on the photo now. So I guess it's one video in one, like we said earlier. But you remember in the book of Exodus, we did a lesson on we. I don't know if you were a part of that lesson, but when we were done with the book of Exodus, we said what our favorite parts were in the book of Exodus. Like
Oh
what
yeah,
what touched us most in the book of Exodus. Do you remember that?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And my favorite was when God said he's going to give the Israelites the land little by little. Like he's not going to give the Israelites the land in one big swoop because their enemies could consume them because they're not ready to take the land, right? There's too many
Mm.
enemies to face. They're not ready for all the battles. And that's the thing. God wanted to prepare them. So, like, it was just too much of a daunting task for them to handle it all right now. Like, God has the capability of giving us all the blessings that we'll have in this life right now. So, like, if I'm supposed to have 6 kids, He'd give me 6 kids right now. If I'm supposed to be married, He can make me married right now. And preaching. Like we know I want to preach and everything. He could do that right now, but it's the the weight is all preparation for you know for him making you into the image that you need to be before you get there. So yeah, man, little by little, that was my favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite part. Yes, Exodus 23, 20 through 33. Why is there an ad on my YouTube? Stop doing this to me. If you're not paying me, don't do it. Yeah, it was this video right here. But yeah, with that text, it touched me so much, man. Because yeah,
Mm.
guys literally said, y'all not gonna occupy the land in one swoop. It's gonna take work. Like that's the thing. It
Yeah.
took work for them to obtain the promised land. It wasn't easy.
Mm.
Just that alone. I mean, that's the same thing. Like God gives us just what He does it in all areas of life, right? So even with rain, I talked about all this in this video. But with rain, He gives us one raindrop at a time. Because if He gave us all the rain that we need for that day, it would literally probably flood the earth. Like, so
Yeah.
that's not how God operates, man. So, like, yeah, the upkeep, man, maintaining, man, like it's
Hmm.
part of the process that we all need, man. So, yeah, I had a little bit more to say about that, but I'll let you go if you had anything else, Justin.
Not too much. I just had the what did I have left? Like it. This also kind of remind me like Hebrews 10:24 through 25. Like it says to let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. Like that just makes me realize that we are on borrowed time as well. And there's like several other verses as well. But I like this one because like we're called like to God wants us to like do good in the short amount of time that we have. And like we don't have to worry about how long we have or what time periods we have to work with. God just wants us to concentrate on one day at a time and to use that day for good. Like, what are we going to, if you knew you're going to die tomorrow, like, what would you do with that, with your life that day? Like, you're going to use it for something, right? You're not going to like waste it watching Netflix or window shop or stuff like that. No, you're going to like try to make something of yourself. You're going to try to um, be a better person than you were the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And I just there are just too many verses to name about like how God wants us to use each and every day, and how we have an obligation to be the best versions of ourselves. But I know that verse just clicked for me for this lesson, because we our goal really is to be the best version of ourselves. Like, a little bit be a crazy goal, but it's just, maybe it's just like laying one block at a time.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, man. And there's like so many examples in life that, refer to this. Like I didn't get to say them all. I use, mowing your lawn, keeping up with your house. So that could be vacuuming, taking out the trash and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a
Then
lot.
also, yeah, but how I was giving examples of like me taking care of myself, like doing what I need to do, right? Like
Hmm.
all the stuff I gotta do for work, for ministry, family, everything. Like my mom always freaking tells me to do something every time I come in the house. That's why I need to get out of my mom's house, my dad's house, my parents'
Uh,
house. But like every second, man, too. Like I got stuff to do, man. But anyways, it's another task I gotta do and be consistent at, and I can't neglect it. Is just imagine if you didn't work out or exercise at all, what will happen to your body? Like there's so many overweight people, and some people are naturally overweight. But I mean, when I say overweight, I mean like them shows, man. Like there's no way, there's no way somebody should be that big. But I can't even talk about them. You know what I mean? Because
man, that yeah,
at least they're still alive. But like, you know what I mean? Like, cause like for me, I'm having heart problems a little bit. So like I have to exercise. So like I
yeah.
have to run and stuff. Cause my heartbeat is not my heart is not my blood pressure and heart rate have always been fast. Even when I ran track and played football. For me
Mm,
not doing anything, I think that would lead to me having a heart attack or something. So everybody just pray for me. But like, yeah, man, like I already know, like if I don't do anything at all and I don't keep and just take care of my body and maintain it, then yeah, man, my heart and my blood pressure just gonna go bad. So like,
mm,
and that's just with that, like same thing for like not brushing your teeth. Like just imagine you never brush your teeth another day in your life. What
mhm.
happened to your mouth? Like people died back in the day from not brushing their teeth, like and taking
Yeah,
care of their teeth. So yeah, man, it's just so many examples, but like that's the way. That's what sin sucks, man. That's another thing I was gonna say. Like because of sin, we gotta like everything takes more effort. I feel like it's way
yeah.
harder because I feel like if sin, if we never ate from the tree, right? I don't think we would have had to like brush our teeth. You know what I mean? Or
Mhm.
exercise. I think it would just been natural, right? That's like one less thing
Mm,
we gotta worry about.
yeah.
But
No,
I don't
that's
know.
not how it
Yeah.
works.
What you say?
Yeah, but no, that's not how it works. We fell.
Right. Yeah, and then not washing your body at all too. Like I learned what I used to not ever wash my face when I was a kid.
Oh,
Like
really?
yeah, yeah. You know how your parents washed you up when you were real little, and
Yeah,
then once you reach that certain age, they let you do it yourself. So I
yeah.
used to never wash my face for at least from at least when I was like 5 to about well, okay, let's be real. About 7 to about had to been 8th grade, so 13. So I had like bumps on my face, and my face looked like the moon. So it looked like I had meteorites all on my face, man. It was bad, man. Like I had so many bumps. When I went up to little babies, they cried. Like they thought I was the ugliest thing ever. So yeah, I'm glad the bumps left from me washing my face. Then I got bumps on my back, like but black
Mhm.
marks. You know how you got black marks from popping zits and stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, man, like, cause I used to never wash my back either. Like, I
Mm,
used to just wash my rest of my body, but I never
mm,
put soap on my back and wash it. So like upkeep, man, maintaining. So if you
mm.
don't do that, there's consequences for it, man. Like there's
Yeah,
a cost for everything. So that's the point of this video, man. Like, I think I said everything I wanted to say, man. But yeah, if you really want something, that yeah, my last point is if you really want something and you really care about it, and if it's really meant to be for you, you're gonna do everything it takes to keep at it. You know, you're not gonna quit. You're gonna keep pressing on. You're gonna have perseverance for it. You're gonna have the will to win, right? So
Yeah.
whatever everybody's pursuing and doing, I hope that you got that, right? You'll suffer through anything to make it happen. So that's how you know like God's calling you to do it. He's calling you to maintain it and upkeep with it, especially if you want to do it, right? It'd be different if
Hmm.
you had no urge to do it at all. So maybe I should
Yeah.
start working at the company I'm working at with this project. But
Mm.
anyways, um, yeah, man. I just wanted to go ahead and share all those thoughts, man. So thanks for helping me do the video, Justin, for real.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, my
Yeah.
last point. Yo, go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, I think that's all the verses I had on short notice.
Okay. Yeah, man. It was real short notice. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I feel like we definitely busted out some good stuff for like short notice like that though.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Here goes one last quote too. To be great at anything takes sacrifice. And I also said what else it takes, like throughout the video. It takes will, determination, commitment. So to be great at anything, it takes drive, sacrifice, all that stuff, man. So
Mm.
did you see the comment section at all? Like
Yeah.
Steven said the scripture verse that came to his mind was Matthew 6:33.
Matthew 6:33. Oh, was that the one about keeping like first and foremost like we seek the kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all these things will be added on you. Yeah, that one. But yeah, man. Everybody, thanks for commenting. You guys rock. I'm starting to get comments, man,
Yeah, no, popular.
on YouTube. But yeah, man. All right, so that's the end of this video, guys. We're not gonna keep you. We'll keep this one short. 30 minutes, Justin. You see this, man? 30 minutes.
We actually kept that on time pretty well.
All right, so you guys rock for commenting. Thanks for watching this video through. All right, so guys, if you like this channel, you like this video, if you like us doing videos like this, you feel like this was amazing, y'all can message us and DM us any questions you guys have. Or if y'all have Instagram posts that you guys like and you want me to do a video on it, you want me and Justin to talk about it, just DM me again or DM Justin and tell us you want us to do a video on that post and stuff like that. But yeah, if you have any questions about the Bible or anything, DM us again. But yeah, this is the YouTube channel where I do my best to just bring the Bible to life. And Justin does the same too, actually. That's why me and him gel so much. But we do our best to bring the Bible to life, make the Bible real, and just paint such a great picture that you can't deny God's truth, man. So that's God's truth is what's going to prevail and last forever. And it's the only thing that all these lies of earth, all the distractions, it's not going to last. It's all going to burn in the fire. So his truth will always last. So we want to know what the truth is. And so, yeah, we're trying to store up treasures in heaven, man, all of us. So thanks for tuning in. Share my YouTube channel with anybody you think that's going to like this. Oh, I got to share my screen, let you know what my YouTube channel name is, just in case you're watching somewhere else. Because actually, I put this on, I put our talks and stuff, Justin, like this. I put it on my
Mm.
podcast. So you guys,
Okay.
I'm on every podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, Google, uh, Chromecast or something like that. Uh, Google Podcasts. I'm all every platform just about Spotify. So Upload Past Crossroads. That's my YouTube name and podcast name. Sean Christopher Jenkins. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snap, Instagram, TikTok. Trouble Don't Last. Follow me on there. You guys like on my posts. And then my other Instagram page is my_daily_Bible. My Tumblr, Trouble Don't Last #1. All right, guys. You guys will love the stuff I post on there. It's awesome. And then you guys make sure to subscribe to Justin's YouTube channel, Chaplain Logs. I'm beginning to upload more videos on his YouTube channel as well, so there's stuff to watch on there. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, and you guys have a great rest of your night, evening, and kick butt at your work, at your job, at your upkeeping. I pray in Jesus' name that God helps you to maintain it all, and so that so that he can bless you with more. That's the whole point. That was
Mhm.
dang, we missed that one. Something just came
Oh,
to my mind.
yeah.
The talents, the talents. That's what came to my mind. And the 10 virgins. The t- the 10 virgins. There's
Oh,
5 virgins that kept up with the candle and kept the oil burning and going. And then
yeah, that would have been a good, yeah.
the other 5 just forsaken and their candles went out. And the whole goal was the master told them to keep their candles lit for my return and be ready for my return. But 5 virgins didn't think he would return, and so then they never made it to the party. So, anyways, guys, you want to make it to the party? I pray in Jesus' name you make it to the party. Me and Justin make it to the party. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're out. Peace.
All right. Y'all stay blessed.
Grace and Steven, y'all are awesome. And I know my girlfriend watched too. Thanks, babe.